Ujamaa, cooperative economics, building and maintaining our own stores, shops, businesses, and profiting together. This story is inspired by the proverb, all monkeys cannot hang from the same branch. You see, uh, the monkeys one day were laying in the shade of the tree, and they, they looked around and went, this is great, but it could be better. Now, one of the monkeys said, well, you know what I would like to do? I'd like to, I'd like to do this thing, right? And they shared what they would like to do. Now, another monkey said, I would also like to do this thing. But it's a different thing than you're doing. And I think I could do that very well. And I think that it would benefit everybody. And now they start to bickering about who should do their thing and where they should do their thing as they sat underneath this tree. And another monkey said, oh, pipe down, pipe down. Y'all want to do that thing, and yet there are all the monkeys around here. What makes your thing better than any other monkeys? Mm. And so those two monkeys, they turned. Now they had a common disagreement now because they knew that their thing was better than any other monkey's thing. Now, and really, it wasn't that it was better; it was different because of their uniquenesses. You see, we're all unique. Just so you know, we're all unique. That's one of the characteristics that we all share is our uniqueness. So they now other monkeys started joining and they were squabbling. And they just kept a squabbling. And they squabbled right up that tree. And now, while this was happening, there was another tree just off in the distance. They could hear what was going on. They could see what was going on. And they watched and they all sat and went, I wonder what they're disagreeing about. Because it's getting to be a heated disagreement, and it's pretty hot out here already. And so the other monkeys chimed in, I don't know, but let's watch. And so they did. They watched as these monkeys disagreed up that tree, and they disagreed all the way out to the farthest edges of one branch. They disagreed all the way out here. Now, the other monkeys, they thought about it, like, I don't know what they're disagreeing about, but I'm learning. I'm learning that this disagreement is not going the way they would like it to go. And so they continued to watch. And as all those monkeys disagreed on that same branch, that branch gave way. And they all toppled down. And now they all had a common disposition at this moment, is they all didn't feel really good about what was going on. They didn't like the disagreement, but they also really didn't like falling out of a tree and having the tree branch then flip over and hit them all in the head, all at the same time. All of them got hit in the head. Now, they went back to leaning up against a tree and not discussing their situation. And the other monkeys who had watched this whole thing were like, ooh, let's try not to do that. I don't know exactly what they were doing, but let's not do that. Let's do something different. And so all the monkeys looked up at the same time at the tree that they were in, and they recognized that that tree had some amazing attributes. There was fruit hanging from branches. There were leaves. There were nice branches. And each of the monkeys climbed up that tree and went. Now, they took their creative ideas. One of them started taking the branches and making these little bowls. The other one was taking the fruit and making this puree. It was really nice. But they needed a bowl to put that puree in, and so they did. Now, they didn't all head out to the same branch to get the leaves and the fruit from that branch. And another one got a leaf, and then another leaf, and made a hat, a nice little hat to shade themselves a little bit. And so they did that, and the other monkeys saw this, and they came over and said, how do I get one of them bowls? And you come over here to this branch. And they came over to the branch, got a bowl. Now, what do I put in that bowl? You go over there. They got the puree. And they went over and got some puree. But you took all the leaves off. What do I do with that? And they said, oh, we got hats over here. And so they got hats. And they put that hat on, sat there and ate that puree. And then fell asleep there was no shade, but they fell asleep at the base of the tree. And what the other monkeys had realized is they did not know what the squabble was about over there. There was no need for a squabble because each of them found a branch in which they could share what they had, their uniquenesses, their unique creativity, their unique ideas. And it benefited all of them. because when they got the bowl, they needed the mash. When they got the porridge and the mashed up stuff, they needed a hat to sit in the shade with. And they all found ways to benefit themselves and others. It's important to recognize. We don't have to compete with each other. We don't have to. There's a branch for us everywhere. Each of us has a branch that we could take. And on that branch, we can do what we do. And we can do it well. Not in comparison, in knowing that what we have to offer is special, is unique. And when we combine that with what others have to offer, woo, the results and the benefits are compounded. Go ahead with that.